Hello Fude friends, welcome back and thank you for watching. If you are new, welcome, and I hope you will consider subscribing. My last review I felt was a little long, so I'm going to try to keep this one shorter. If I leave anything out or if you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section below and I will make sure to get back to you as soon as I can. Today I'm going to be reviewing the set that I purchased from Hakuhodo over a year ago. I can't say that this is the set that Hakuhodo recently announced and is planning to release next week because I bought the set a while ago and that set has yet to be released. However, in researching the brushes included in my set and the brushes to be released, I can say that the brushes are the same. So I decided to make this review in the hopes that it will be helpful to some of you considering purchasing the new set, or for those considering purchasing the individual brushes. So this is the set I purchased. It came with a little handout with the information, a cleaning towel, a travel case, and 5 brushes, 3 of which are face brushes and 2 of which are smaller brushes. Mine did not come with a cleaning soap, which will be included in the soon-to-be released set, and I purchased mine for close to 2 times the cost of the one that is to be released. So Hakuhodo announced recently that they are going to release a Reiwa Celebration Sky Blue set. It's going to be available October 1st, 2019, and it's going to retail for $90. On their website, they note that it is limited edition, so once sold out, it will not be restocking. They also note that the brushes are made in Japan, have bristle quality that is the same as their other Hakuhodo brushes, and I will have the link of their website where you can find all of these details in the description box below. Their set will also include a cleaning cloth, a soft travel case, and a bar of soap, which are nice to have, but I don't think need to haves, and the reason why you would purchase the set. So the brushes have a light to darker blue gradient handle, and they are stunning. They have a good weight to them and I think feel the same as their B series handles. And I believe most of the value of the set comes from the 3 face brushes. So these are the ones you should really consider when considering the set. Let's start with the first brush, the B206 powder brush. It is a round brush with a pinched ferrule of medium density with goat and synthetic hairs. However, I saw Hakuhodo note on their Instagram stories that the synthetic fibers make up less than 3% of the bristles. And to be perfectly honest, if they hadn't told me it had synthetic fibers, I would not have been able to tell. It is very soft and I think suitable for most skin types, including sensitive skin, unless your skin is very sensitive. If we say squirrel bristles are a 10, I would say this is an 8, if not an 8.5. On the Hakuhodo website, it retails for $69 in the black handle. I'll compare it to 2 brushes for size comparison. The first is a Hakuhodo x Beautylish Mount Fuji collaboration face powder brush. This is 100% goat fibers. Similar size, a little smaller, similar density, and similar softness. And then we have the Hakuhodo MK2. This one is a scroll brush, so it is softer. It's also more airy because it's slightly less densely packed, but for the purposes of a pouting powder to your face, I think they're a similar size and shape, although this one has the round ferrule. Let's move on to the second brush, which is a cheek brush. This is the B110 blush brush. It is also round with a flat pinch ferrule, but it's not too paddle shaped, so it's still quite dense. This one is goat hair, no synthetic fibers, but similar softness to the last one and also medium density. And this one on their website in the black handle retails for $54. So right there, if you were to buy the 2 brushes individually, you would be spending more than the cost of the set. You would be spending over $120. For size comparisons, I don't have one that's quite this size, but it reminded me a lot of this Sonia G Classic Cheek brush because of the shape. The shape is very similar. The Sonia G one is also slightly pinched at the ferrule. So the Sonia G is a little mini baby version of the Hakuhodo one, and they go nicely together. On the Hakuhodo website, they note that this brush is one of their best-selling blush brushes. So if you were interested in trying a blush brush, this would be a great way to try it in the set. The third brush is the G5552, and they describe it as a powder and liquid brush. I think it's most suitable as a foundation brush. And this has the 4mm synthetic fibers, and this one is round with a combination of goat and synthetic fibers. So how this works is that the top part of the brush are the synthetic fibers, and that is what you will be feeling as you use it. And then the goat fibers are a little shorter, and they're the yellow ones you can see here. So it is soft, but it does feel like you're using a synthetic brush because those are the bristles that will be making contact with your skin. I think this is a good foundation brush, but it's not the one I reach for the most, mostly because I have other foundation brushes that I enjoy using more because of their size. I prefer to use a bigger brush. So for instance, this is the Hakuhodo B110. It's the same style and shape, but the head is a tad bit larger. The size difference is very minor, but when you're using it to apply liquid foundation, I do think it makes a difference in terms of being able to spread the product out a little faster. I'll also compare it to this Bobbi Brown full coverage face so you can get an idea for the size, tad bit smaller. And I have here a Sephora synthetic brush. This is number 89, the Pro Slanted Buffing Detail, and this one is the same size in terms of the head size. I think the size is great if you're looking for a more precise placement, blending, and you can definitely get the job done. It'll just require a little more effort to blend it and apply all of your foundation. That one retails for $47, so if we tally up the total, we're now at $170 if we were to purchase these brushes individually. Let's move on to the last two brushes, which are the smaller and least expensive brushes in the set. They're nice, but not need-to-haves. The first is the J5549H. I believe the H stands for horse because this one is made out of horse bristles. It retails for $22, and it is an angled eyebrow brush. It's very wide, which might get some getting used to, and it reminds me of a lot of the Hakuhodo Z6. The Hakuhodo Z6 has slightly longer bristles. They're longer by 2mm. I'll try to show, let's see. But in terms of width, they're nearly identical. So if you had been interested in trying a larger eyebrow brush, this would be a fun way to try it. And I'll compare it to what I think is a more standard eyebrow brush size. This is from a Hakuhodo collab from a few years ago. And you will note it is much smaller in comparison to the jumbo eyebrow brush, which is fun and good to use when you want a more quick application of eyebrow products. Let's move on to the last brush, which is, oh, and this one retails for $22. The last one is the B516 Concealer or Lip Brush. This one is made of synthetic hair, and online it retails for $32. I think $32 is too high for a synthetic brush of this size because it is quite small. I'll compare it to yet another brush from the Hakuhodo collab. This is a lip brush, and they are the same size. The Hakuhodo one has a square top, so the Hakuhodo one is, I think, more user-friendly, and you can get more precise placement due to the round tip, but same size. And I also compare it to the Hakuhodo Z9 from their Z series. This is also a lip brush, but the bristles are even bigger, slightly wider. So this is a rather small brush. The set Hakuhodo is releasing will also come with a cleaning cloth, a full-size soap bar, and a soft traveling case, which you can also buy on their website. I added up the cost of that, and it is almost $40. However, for the purposes of this review, I'm not going to include the cost of the accessories because I think the true value of buying from Hakuhodo is to experience their brushes. So I'm going to focus solely on the cost of the brushes. If you were to purchase the brushes individually, the cost of the set is $224, which unfortunately for me is closer to what I paid for them. The value of the 3 face brushes alone would be $170 if purchased individually, which I think makes it clear that this set is a good value. If you were to just even purchase 2 of these face brushes in the set, you would be better off purchasing the set versus purchasing 2 of the brushes individually. And you'll also get the opportunity to try these other brushes and the accessories of the set. So in conclusion, I do think this is a very good value set for someone who wants to add these brush shapes to their collection, someone who wants to try these brushes from Hakuhodo, someone who wants to try the Hakuhodo brand in general. This is a really good introductory set. And you're going to get very high quality brushes. I don't think the quality of these brushes has been compromised whatsoever. If anything, you get a very beautiful and unique handle, which was one of the main reasons I purchased this set. And while I will not be picking up this set at this price, I really hope some of you can get your hands on it. It's truly a good quality brush set with a unique handle, and for the price, I think the price is very fair, and I hope Hakuhodo in the future will continue to release more of these sets because they are a great way to try out the brand. So having said all of that, if you have any other questions that I might be able to answer, please let me know. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.